Hi, it is Marie, and I'm back again today with another video, because I know a lot of you had questions about yerba mate. So I did go ahead and film an instructional video on how to prepare mate, which will be later on in this video. But I want to say before I get started, mate provides me with mental clarity. It provides me with an alertness. It provides me with an awareness. However, there are many different types of yerbas. Yerba is the leaves. There are many different brands, which all have different effects on people, impacts on people, and just yerba mate in general can have different impacts on people. So where it might impact me and helping me with pain, it might not help everyone. I sure hope that it helps everyone, but it might not. And I think that's just a question of trial and error, whether that's finding the right brand of yerba for you or just scrapping it all together. Again, I sure hope that it helps people, but as I said in this last video, I didn't want to make a promotional video for yerba mate, because it's not some magical elixir, it has different impacts, and so I don't want to get people's hopes up. I wanted to make a video based on my experience, and yerba mate is part of that experience. And so, with that being said, here is my video on how I make yerba mate. Alright, so right here we have our mate, otherwise known as a gourd. Technical term is a mate. And we are going to put the yerba into this gourd. Next we have the bombilla. This is your straw. This is what is going to filter the mate water when you drink it. We've got our hot water right here. You heat that up to 170 degrees usually. Nothing past 180. You don't want it to get too warm, too boiled, because then it will damage your yerba leaves. So we take that off right before it starts to boil, right when you get those little tiny bubbles. And then we have our water, our cold water, which we put in before the hot water, and I will be using that in a moment. Today we are using a brand of yerba, Cruz de Malta. There are many different brands. For instance, I also have a brand called Cabral. Oops, I can't get that on camera right now. Cabral. But for this video today, I will be using Cruz de Malta. And so we are going to start out by putting the yerba into the gourd. I keep my yerba in a jar, usually when the bag is opened, and when I have space in the jar. I drink it every day, so it's just a routine. So you want to fill the gourd up 3/4 of the way full with yerba. This is what it looks like on a spoon, and that's not a very good image, but hold on. Some people say 60% full. It's just whatever you want to do. But if you want that good strong yerba, filling it up a little bit more sometimes helps. So there is our gourd filled with our yerba. Next, we want to give it a little shake, so we put our hand on the bottom, we put our other hand on the top, we flip the gourd over, and we just give it a gentle shake. And by doing so, we are getting all the big pieces, all the palo or the little sticks down to the bottom, and we are bringing all the powdery light yerba up to the top. We are also creating a hollow, a hole. This is where the water will go into. So let's do that next. We want to start out with our cold water, keeping our gourd at a slope. So we keep this mountain of mate. So when we pour it in, we are keeping a mountain, and I know it's not on camera because I can't really do that right now, but I will show you in a moment what it looks like. Right there, keeping our mountain of mate, dry mate, the rest in the water hole. That's what we're gonna drink. We leave it there for a moment. Let the yerba absorb the water. And next we are going to take our hot water and pour that in, but gotta give it a second to kind of absorb. It's 30 seconds to a minute is what I usually wait for. I know this is a long process. It goes a lot faster when you have practice and you don't have to explain. Alright, so next we are going to put the bombilla in. So what you want to do is you want to push it down, bring your hand over the opening of the straw, your thumb, put it in, just go straight down and follow the curvature of the gourd. You want to kind of bring it up and under. And then next is the time where we can take our hot water, pour that right in there, and you've got your mate. Look at that. What a beautiful mate. And then I usually like to leave it out just for 25 seconds or so, just to let it steep. Kind of absorb that flavor. I'll just give it a sip right now. Alright, so there is your first mate. Kind of just want to keep pushing that all back, just maintaining your dry yerba, keeping your water whole. See, you can see all the way down in there. Just want to keep filling up the gourd. Keep drinking it. There's another mate, another cycle. Then at the end here, you want to make sure you get your slurping noise. That means you're done. And you can move on to the next cycle. And then it is time to refill.